Hello, everybody, and welcome back. So today I wanted to go ahead and dedicate this video to any sort of discussion regarding the upcoming Kane Pixels video, which I know is just around the corner. So I wanted to go ahead and get some thoughts out because I've been discussing a couple things with all of you in community posts and things like that. And I feel like we need to touch base back to some of the other things that I've said in previous videos that I have labeled some thoughts and I guess theories regarding, what's to come. In my previous video, I've discussed things regarding pitfalls. For example, one of the images was what seemed to be the pitfalls, holes that were covered up. And I felt like we were going to go back to that. I felt like it was time for us to return to those characters. And from what I could think of, I was thinking, we might see Mark, we might see Marvin, most importantly, who's the best cameraman in existence. And I just recently heard that Kane had actually confirmed that Marvin and Mark are going to be in the next episode. So that's really good. I'm really excited about that. Pitfalls to me was honestly one of my favorite episodes in Kane Pixels Backroom series, and I know a lot of you really enjoyed Pitfalls and the characters that they brought because it did continue into report and things like that. Now, one of the things that I really want to see is the return of the information guy. We have seen his return during presentation, and I really want to see stuff about that. So again, that's just a wish that I have. I don't know necessarily if there's anything pointing towards that, but I feel like we are going to see a much more Pitfalls crew-centric sort of video. Now, I wanted to go ahead and touch base on the green image again because someone pointed out that, hey, it seems like there might be somebody towards the right side of this photo. So essentially they would be to the left of the person sitting on the chair. Now, we go back to another image that Kane recently posted, and that image shows a guy sitting down with a table, and then there's a person to his left. Now, I'm trying to put two and two together, and I'm kind of wondering if we're literally seeing the same image, if we're seeing what is occurring before what I think might be like that energy explosion or something like that. I don't know. I feel like the energy is going to return for this episode or in another episode later on, but I feel like that's kind of where things might end up going. And I feel like that is the connection between these two photos. So really good eye on a couple of people who mentioned that, hey, that might be somebody that's on his left. And I said, you know what, that could be something. Now, after seeing the other photo, I feel more strongly about that. But again, you never know. Now, I wanted to go ahead and touch base real quick before we leave these photos on the fact that we do see the tape down here on the floor, which to me, that means they are beyond the threshold. They are inside of the back rooms. So if they're inside of the back rooms and we see this other image, which could potentially be the same set of people or the same person within a green light, are we going to see a connection between found footage 2 and the next video? Is there going to be something happening with the found footage 2 character? Are we going to see them? I don't know. Just something I wanted to bring up because I do see that tape there, and it does lead me to believe that they are within the back rooms and not necessarily inside of the async facility. So another photo that I want to talk about is the one of the person in the hazmat suit walking in the back rooms. Now, I feel like this person is covering up something. There is something in front of them that we previously saw. This image is exactly like the image that we saw with the golf cart, the same type of cart that you would use to get around in a warehouse or, an airport terminal or something like that, or some sort of laboratory. So I feel like we're seeing, again, connections to that previous photo. What exactly that means, it may just be a basic, hey, we're going to go to this cart and drive around. So we might see some sort of POV from the cart from the vehicle. That would be really cool if they were to end up outrunning some sort of entity while in a car. That would be really, really awesome. I would like to see that. That would be really neat. This image that Kane posted, not on a community post, but this was actually an Instagram story. And I want you to kind of look at this and think about what it reminds you of. When I see this image, it reminds me a lot of the threshold door area. It reminds me of like that staging area before everybody goes out, complete with the observation room in the background. And I'm kind of wondering, what does that mean? What is going to happen that the Backrooms wants to and is displaying the same thing? Are we going to see something occur? Like, is something going to get absorbed or copied? People no clipping through, as well as entire houses, cars, and things like that. So who knows? I don't know. I just thought it was really interesting that this picture looks a lot like what we have seen many times before. Just something to think about. I don't have much to say other than what it could possibly be and what it seems to mimic. So I don't know. It's really cool. I really hope it's what I think it is, but time will tell. I'm thinking that maybe this image is part of something way later on. So this next photo here, again, just had me thinking as to who it could be. You know, there's a range of characters that it could end up being. It could be Marvin. It could be Mark. It could end up being Informational Guy. Informational Guy just recently got back from another time, and he's got a lot to talk about, as well as everybody else does. So there's a lot of characters that we could potentially see here. Why exactly is this sensor block so big? I don't know. I feel like there might be something behind them that it is, you know, being covered. I don't know. But I feel like this might very well be Informational Guy and or Mark to talk about what they have seen behind either a door or through their experiences in time travel and things like that. Whereas Marvin's experience has been completely logged and recorded, so everybody sort of knows exactly what Marvin has gone through already. All in all, I feel like there is going to be a strong Pitfalls presence coming up very, very soon. We will see the return of some favorite characters, and that much has been confirmed by Kane, so I'm really excited about that. But exactly like I've said before, everything that we have said is just pure speculation. You never know where things are going to end up going. You know, a lot of us thought something else was going to happen, and then all of a sudden this green light appeared. And again, that green light has existed before. We have seen it before. So always keep an eye out for little details here and there just to see if maybe you will catch something that'll pop up several videos down the road. So it's really interesting what Kane has created here, and I'm really excited to see what we will end up with next. Beyond this next video, I feel like there is, again, I am counting on, and it may not happen here, but I am counting on something happening. They are messing with something that they have no idea how to contain. There's no comprehension, honestly, as to what they have discovered. There is a place that has infinite space, and it is swallowing things from our side into it. So I'm just wondering what's going to happen. We have seen in found footage 2, we have seen that hallway that belongs to Async. We have seen the portrait in found footage 2 that was obviously a part of someone's home that we saw in some sort of like home vacation video or something like that. There's a lot of things that are happening here. And the car, you know, the cars that have fallen through. There's just so much that could possibly go wrong that I really hope does. Honestly, like I really want to see that. Man, I really hope that we go in that direction because that would just be satisfying. Honestly, it really, really would. And once again, everything here is just speculation. It's all in fun. We have no idea what's going to happen next. And you know, we could think all we can think about a specific theory and or idea about it, and it's not even going to go in that direction. And that's what's exciting about this. That's why I try to stay away from a lot of other posts out there that try to give off more information. I generally want to be surprised. You know, I want to have that reserved for when we do our reactions and I show that to you. But once again, if you have any idea, any sort of theory you've been thinking about, anything you want to talk about regarding the images that we have shared here or any of the concepts that we have talked about, please feel free to share it in the comments, because as you all know, I do enjoy having that back and forth with all of you regarding this particular series. And you never know if you will bring something to the table that I never thought about. You know, it has happened plenty of times, and I'm always open to hearing what you have to say. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel to catch us next time. And as always, take care. Peace. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.